If you got your hands on some Evo coins now that they're purchasable and you're wondering whether you should buy Exia or not, this is what this guide's for. I'm going to give you all the information you need to know, talk about it from different type of players' perspectives, and then you guys can make an informed decision so you don't feel like you wasted your money if you don't end up liking it. So, how powerful is Gundam Exia? Very, 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 very powerful. It honestly has an extremely high skill potential. Not the easiest skill floor, but not something that's so miserable that you can't like get decent value playing it. It has the highest mobility in the whole game. It has 5 dashes during its regular form, which are a quick step ability that lets it dash in any direction, including into the air. It has a chargeable dash that slams into enemies and stuns and damages them. It has the 3 standard boost gauge dashes. When it uses its ultimate, it gets another charge on the quick step, so that puts it at 6. And then its spin and slash ability transforms into a cleaving dash ability. So that's 7 of these, right? Insane. And if you were to use your other abilities first and then use your ultimate, you get them back. So you guys do the math. Insane. This character can stun through shields. So whereas something like Zaku 2 will suffer a little bit against a shield character, this one can do a healthy amount of damage. You're not going to be able to like burn the crud out of like a Sazabi, for example, but you're going to do a lot better against a Sazabi than a Zaku 2 will, because Zaku 2 just dies, to be completely honest. This character also has the ability to poke from range, which is fun. I don't know about you guys, but I love just getting ult charge. Just standing there is really fun. So you sitting there just throwing your 3 little beam daggers over and over and over. That'll be fun for you. It feels good. It's good to be able to kill enemies from range. You can maybe throw some into the side, into the head of a GM sniper sitting at range just to make them mad. Lots of cool stuff you can do. Team wipe ultimate potential is absolutely insane. This character has one of the best ultimates in the game, especially if you get a Metis ultimate with it. So if you're playing with your buddy and you get a Metis G maneuver thrown onto you, well, goodbye to the enemy team. If you can play, decently, right? If you have a good skill cap, the amount of damage you'll be doing is insane. The cooldowns on the ultimate drop a bunch. Your charge dash slam attack gets lowered in cooldown and becomes more powerful. Those 500 damage instead of 300. Then you have like your cleaving attack does a bunch of damage too, like 300 or so when you're going through enemies. The combos become insane. You can like one-shot 1200 HP heroes. It's absolutely crazy. So, moving on from this, is it hard to play? Yeah, it's pretty hard to play. But not so hard to play that you can't get decent value out of it without being crazy at it. It has the ability to just charge a dash, hit somebody, deal some damage, spin and slash, maybe get a kill. It's basically like a combo you can run, and then get out. Like that's if you're not crazy at the character, that's kind of what you're going to be getting. But the better you get at it, and the more time you put into it, the more you're going to be throwing in little extra dashes, little damage dodging here and there, throwing some regular primary fires in, flanking properly, hitting the right targets. There is so much you can do with it. So it is hard to play, but it's not so hard that you can't get into it. Basically, like, do you want a little bit of a challenge? If you do, then yeah, but don't come to me and be like, hey man, it's too hard. It's a little bit hard. All right. So, will it get nerfed though? Because right, we don't want to play a character that's going to get nerfed. I don't, at least, right? I don't really think it's going to get nerfed a bunch. I do expect to see some nerfs. They actually already did nerf it a little bit, which wasn't anything too substantial. They did nerf it a little bit already, so that tells me that they're really not going to be doing a lot more. People hate Barbatos in this game, and they play a very similar role. People won't complain about Exia the same, even though Exia is going to become much, much, much better. It's at least like equivalent right now, but in the future it'll be like just drastically better. And like I said, people are going to complain about Barbatos. Barbatos will be like a shield in front of it. People aren't going to notice how good Exia is. And people who aren't at the very top of the ladder won't really be bullied by it. So they won't be complaining about it. So it probably won't really get a lot of changes. So you don't really need to worry about that too much. All right, now, is it worth the $10 that the 990 Evo coins cost, or is it worth the 2,000 capital that, you can go ahead and get? So, do you like Exia? If you really like Exia, and you're a big fan of the anime that it came from, then yeah, play it. Now, I know people have been complaining about the beam daggers and how they're too similar to Genji and all that, and they wish it had the Vulcan pod that's in its sword or whatever it's called. But, so maybe that's going to mess you up a little bit from the lore perspective, but whatever. It's still a character, right? Still Exia. So, if that doesn't bother too much, then play the character, have fun, and roleplay to your heart's content. Now, do you like flankers? If you're a player that likes playing flanking characters, buy it. Just as simple as that. Flankers tend to be these sort of high skill, difficult characters anyway. And if you like that, just buy the character. If you're not afraid to play a high reward character that can get punished easily also, because it only has 800 HP, then play the character. You'll need to have all the flankers anyway, so just get this one too. I do have to say the value in game isn't going to be super, super high if you want like a higher skill player, or really until you put a lot of time into it. So if you're like a mid-tier player and you play for fun and you're willing to put time into it and learn it and you're willing to go through that, then just do it. I mean, that's a good time to do it. You know, you will feel good later on. When you pop off and you get that team wipe or do whatever you need to, you will feel vindicated and satisfied that you bought this character. It really does have one of the highest potential units, one of the highest potential of any of the mobile suits in the game. So if you like that kind of a concept of being able to constantly reach for the stars and get better and better and better, then this is a good character for you. It's not going to get nerfed potentially super hard, at least for a while. Like, I don't really expect them ever to super nerf it. I think it'll always be very good, just because of Barbatos being in front of it. And honestly, if you want a challenge and you want a rewarding character that comes with a challenge in front of it, then Exia is a good choice for you. In that case, I really do think it's worth spending the 990 Evo coins or waiting another day or two to be able to purchase it with the capital points. If you're looking for some more Gundam Evolution videos, then make sure to check out my mobile suit guides. I made one for all original to 14 mobile suits, and I did a Should You Main guide series also, covering the same mobile suits and talking about whether you should actually main them in Gundam Evolution or not.